Animals living under natural conditions rarely approach their maximum possible age because of very high death rates due to infant mortality, diseases, predators, bad weather, habitat destruction, or competition for food and shelter. Welcome back to Animal Top Spot. In today's video we will be going over the longest living animals in the world. Remember to subscribe for more content. Starting off at number 10. Macaw. Recognizable by their brightly colored feathers, macaws are members of the parrot family. They have a long lifespan and, in the right environment, will live to be 60 to 80 years old. They are at home in the rainforest and feed on a mix of nuts and seeds. Unfortunately, though, the majority of these beautiful birds are endangered in the wild and a few are already extinct due to habitat degradation and the illegal pet trade. Many macaws have vibrant plumage. The coloring is suited to life in Central and South American rainforests, with their green canopies and colorful fruits and flowers. The birds boast large, powerful beaks that easily crack nuts and seeds. While their dry, scaly tongues have a bone inside them that makes them an effective tool for tapping into fruits. Macaws also have gripping toes that they use to latch onto branches and to grab, hold, and examine items. The birds sport graceful tails that are typically very long. Number 9. African elephant. African elephants are the largest living land animals and, with an average lifespan of 70 years, one of the oldest. Experts are able to tell the age using several characteristics including their size and number of teeth. It's a process that requires observational skills and a lot of practice. Females reach breeding age around 10 to 12 years old and, unlike us, they may remain fertile for the rest of their lives. They may give birth to around 7 babies in total. Their pregnancy lasts 22 months, which is almost 3 times as long as a human pregnancy. Forest elephants are uniquely adapted to the dense forest habitat of the Congo Basin, but are in sharp decline due to poaching for the international ivory trade and habitat loss and fragmentation. It is estimated that probably 1/4 to 1/3 of the total African elephant population is made up of forest elephants. Number 8. Longfin eel. Longfin eels typically live up to 60 years old, though the longest living on record reached 106. They are native to New Zealand and Australia and spend most of their life hiding in freshwater streams before migrating to the Pacific Ocean to breed. They only do this once in the lifetime and die after spawning. They are very slow-growing animals, growing only 1 to 2 centimeters a year, but females eventually grow to an impressive 73 to 156 centimeters in length. Landlocked longfin eels, those that cannot return to sea, due to physical barriers, can grow to 3 meters in length and weigh 22 kilograms. The species is usually seen at much smaller sizes than this, often about 1 meter. Males are smaller than females. Number 7. Galapagos giant tortoise. It's not just the Galapagos giant tortoise size that's worth noting, it's also their age. They can live to be well over 100, with the oldest known to be 152. The oldest is not the most famous, though. Lonesome George was the last remaining Pinta Island tortoise on the islands and, for a while, the world's rarest creature. Like many of the animals on our list, giant tortoises have a slow pace of life, munching on grass and other vegetation, basking in the sun and resting for up to 16 hours a day. The temperature that the eggs are incubated in determines whether they will gestate into males or females. A higher temperature means that more males will be born. Their slow metabolism and ability to take on large volumes of water helps them survive for up to a year without eating or drinking. Spanish sailors who discovered the archipelago named it after the abundant tortoises. Galapagos means tortoise in Spanish. Coming in 6th place. Red Sea Urchin. Red sea urchins are believed to be almost immortal and are known to live for over 200 years with no signs of aging. They are far more likely to be eaten by a predator than die of an age-related condition, and a 100-year-old is just as healthy and able to reproduce as a young individual. Finding the age of these spiny echinoderms is possible by measuring the levels of carbon-14, a process known as radiocarbon dating. These urchins are found in rocky subtidal habitats from areas just below the low tide line where the wave action is not extreme to about 90 meters, 300 feet, deep. Number 5. Koi fish. The average lifespan for Japanese koi is around 40 years, though they can live a lot longer if living in the right conditions. One particular koi, named Hanako, was the remarkable age of 226 when she died in 1977. Scientists were able to estimate her age by counting growth rings in her scales. Koi fish are colorful, ornamental versions of the common carp. Though carp domestication is believed to have begun in China as far back as the 4th century, modern Japanese koi are believed to date back to early 19th century Japan, where wild, colorful carp were caught, kept and bred by rice farmers. There are now dozens of different color varieties of koi. Wild koi are native to the fresh bodies of water around the Black, Caspian, and Aral seas. Domesticated in the 19th century, carp have now been introduced throughout the world. Number 4. Bowhead whale. Bowhead whales can live for over 200 years, which is longer than any other mammal. It's not always easy to tell their age, though, as they spend their lives in the Arctic and subarctic and can outlive the researchers that study them. One way to estimate age is to base it on fragments of harpoons left in the blubber of captured animals. One individual had harpoon fragments dating back to the 1800s. Another way is to use DNA to estimate lifespan, with scientists suggesting bowhead whales can live to the grand old age of 268. Bowhead whales were heavily hunted from the 1500s until the end of commercial whaling in the early 20th century. This led to a major reduction in the population, but numbers are now recovering. Current threats include oil and gas development in the Arctic and climate change. The Arctic is warming more rapidly than anywhere else in the world, and this threatens to fundamentally change the Arctic environment. Number 3. Greenland shark. Greenland sharks live for between 300 and 500 years and are the longest living vertebrate. They take life very slowly, moving at an average of 0.76 miles per hour. They grow about a cm every year, and females may not reach sexual maturity until they are 100 to 150 years old. That's one long childhood. Despite their huge size and long lifespan though, these sharks have been a mystery to scientists for years. It was only recently that they discovered a new method of estimating age that involves radiocarbon dating the lens of the eye. New tissues are added to the lens every year, and it is possible to tell the age by how much carbon isotope is present in the tissues. Despite its name, the Greenland shark is not only found in Greenland. It has been spotted as far away as the Western Caribbean. Also known as the gray, ground, bury, or sleeper shark, this animal lives in incredibly cold, deep waters, so it is much less studied than many of the more than 500 other shark species. It is one of the slowest sharks, too. Its scientific name, Somniostis microcephalus, roughly translates to sleepy smallhead. Yet these rare animals may be a top predator. Number 2. Ocean quahog. Ocean quahogs are an edible clam with an impressive lifespan. Many will live to see their 400th birthday, and the oldest one on record was 507 years old when it was caught off the coast of Iceland in 2006. Scientists were able to determine the age by counting growth rings on the shell, similar to how we age trees. They can also find out other information too. How the shells form over time tells scientists how the oceans have changed throughout the years. They are a living creature and a picture of life in a changing world. The ocean quahog is a bivalve mollusk that lives buried in sandy seabeds all around the UK. It is a filter feeder, filtering organic matter from the water column using its siphon. Often, the siphon is all that is visible above the seabed, and the end is sometimes nibbled off by hungry cod. They are very slow growing and extremely long-lived, with individual clams living for hundreds of years. It is the last surviving species of a family of similar clams that dates back to the Jurassic. And our top spot goes to the immortal jellyfish. Can you imagine being immortal? Reaching old age and then, instead of dying, going back and starting again as a baby? To us, this is the stuff of dreams. For the immortal jellyfish, it is real life. These amazing animals start their life as larvae, known as planula, swirling around in the ocean. They then settle on the seafloor and become static polyps before transforming into swimming medusa. So far, so normal. But, if at any stage immortal jellyfish experience injury or stress from changes in their environment, they can go backwards to the polyp stage and start again. And they can do this over and over if they get the chance. Many won't though, as they become dinner for other animals. As with so many findings, the so-called immortal jellyfish was discovered by accident. During a visit to my laboratory in the 1980s, a German student, Christian Sommer, and my very first student, Giorgio Bavistrello, collected a hydrozoan thought to be Turritopsis nitricula. This small, predatory marine invertebrate has two stages in its life cycle: a polyp-forming colony called a hydroid and the more mobile, recognizably jellyfish-like form called medusae. After being collected and reared in our lab, our Turritopsis hydroid released medusae. Thanks for watching.